Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for another build video. So this is the first build video on the channel ever since update 12 dropped, where we obviously got Tiana, we also got the DLC, but we didn't really get much with that in terms of builds. So a lot of the videos coming up are going to be based around the new stuff we got in the update, and this first one is starting off with designing the area around Tiana's house. Now I've had a spot in my glade waiting for Tiana for a very long time, to be honest. Ever since I did my glade, I've left this spot for her, so I thought this would be the perfect place to pop her house. Luckily it does fit and there is enough space around it to create some sort of design and garden area, so we are going to be doing that today. I'm very excited to start off the Tiana theme builds, and if there's anything in particular you want to see, then do let me know in the comments below if there's particular builds or particular items you want to see me use to decorate. But let's get started. So to start off with, I have Tiana in this first section of the glade when you first come down. I do have all the path and everything mapped in because the rest of my glade's completely done, and I actually popped this house in here to build here when she first came, and I actually decided I'm going to use Wally's garden in here with Tiana. Now I did have this with Mirabelle's house because Wally is in my maternity aisle, so I can't actually take the farm and give it to him, unfortunately. So I actually decided I feel like it made more sense with Tiana than with Mirabelle now. As Tiana is obviously a chef, I think it just made sense to me that she'd have her own little garden where she'd grow all the ingredients she needs for her food, like all her herbs and spices. So that was kind of the thought I had, and I felt like it fit this space really well. I was going to do a bigger seating area here, but I decided actually to go with the little garden and then add a small seating area on the right hand side by the front of her house. I used the new craftable tables and chairs and some of the other items we get with her on top, and I used the new fountain we got in the aerial bundle to be a nice centerpiece for her house, and then went in and started decorating with some smaller furniture items. Now around her house, I wanted it to have this really nice kind of bright look. I wanted there to be a lot of bright plants, but also some more eclectic stuff, and I wanted to include some flowers. Now the ones that naturally spawn down here in the glade aren't kind of the brightest and boldest, so I used some of the planters outside the front of her house, and luckily the hitbox for her house is very small, so you can put things really close, which I'm very happy about. I'm glad they've been doing that with some of the houses now, and so I could put the planters right underneath the front porch of her house, and it just gave it this really cute look. And I used some of the plants from the new aerial bundle outside the front of that to just give it this really nice look. I obviously used some of the lily pads that we get with her friendship quest, so if you recognize these aren't the star path ones. There's ones with her friendship line that go on the ground and tables and stuff, and then there's the ones in the star path that go on water, which I will use later. And I started dotting around the ground ones to add a bit of extra character and some lighting around these smaller areas. Once I got and extend the pathway, I started working on the river area. So as you can see, I've added a load of the original light up lily pads in here. These were always in my glade, and then I've added on to that the new star path yellow lily pads that we obviously got in this star path, and added loads of reeds and things like that. I wanted this area to feel really bright and really just fitting for Princess and the Frog. I feel like the glade kind of does anyway, but decorating these kind of river bends just looks so lovely, and the addition of the new lily pads definitely makes a huge difference. One of the final touches I did to this area was added in some of the floating fireflies. These again come in the star path, so if you don't recognise them, they are in the star path. And these work similarly to the tangled lanterns and the Mulan lanterns we have, where they do just have a big radius and they float above that area. I was a bit disappointed they can't go over water. I don't know if it's maybe because of the lily pads or if they just can't in general, but I did want to put them kind of over the rivers in here. I thought that would look quite cute, but they don't quite work. But you can put them right at the edge of the riverbed, which work just as well. So I dotted some of those by the river edge, and I also put some kind of floating over her house just to really give it this magical look, and especially at sunset and night it looks great. And then the final thing I did in this build is I actually extended the lily pads and all of the design of the rivers all the way around my glade. I just wanted to include this so you could see I'd kind of extended the Tiana Princess and the Frog look the whole way around my glade. It wasn't just her little area, so I thought I'd include it just in case you weren't sure how I'd done the rivers in here, what I'd use. Now this does eat up your item limit, so if you are someone on a lower item limit, you can definitely still achieve this look, but just on a much smaller scale. Obviously use a lot less lily pads, a lot less items, and you can definitely keep this really nice kind of bright fairy look without using up all your item limit, because it does kind of eat that up. So I went in with some of the swan boats and some of the lily pads and it got designing around the rest of this river. Now here is the final build. I have made it kind of earlier in the day so you can see a little bit better, but as you go in we obviously have this big entranceway with the 2 lampposts kind of guiding you in to the fountain with TIANA'S house behind, with this small little dining table in the back that has some little decorations on. I just really love this cozy little spot. I've included some of the light up mushrooms as well to give it that really nice swampy look. And then we have all these little gardens Tiana is now looking after for him, where she can grow her herbs and her spices for her cooking. And then I added in the Bayou companion home in the back corner that we get with her quest and added some crocodiles in that. And then behind the garden we have this little backyard area where we have a bench with some more lily pads and then also the bell bundle little cushion seats. I felt like these were the perfect little spot to sit at and watch the river at night time and kind of hang out, and I just felt like they looked really lovely with her house. And then obviously we have the fireflies floating over and the bright river. So here are some shots of the final build. As you can see, I just absolutely love how this turned out, to be honest. I wasn't sure what to use for her home, and we kind of had this open area next to it, and I was just going to do like a big seating area, but as I'm going to be doing a lot of that with the restaurant, I thought actually for her home it made sense for her to kind of look after this little farm for Wally, as he can't look after it over an Eternity Isle, and it gave her this really nice quaint area at the back for sitting over at the kind of riverbed and watching the fireflies and all the floating stuff in the water. And I just included these shots of it at night time so you can see how everything glows, especially the lampposts and the mushrooms with the fireflies over the top. It just looks so whimsical and really fits the whole theme of Princess and the Frog, and I love how it looks. So I hope you guys did enjoy the build and it gave you some inspiration for how to decorate for Tiana's home. I'm sure a lot of people have probably already decorated her house and done an amazing job with it, and it probably looks incredible. I absolutely love how her home looks. I'm really happy, and I'm really happy with the size of it. It's not too big, and obviously the interior is incredible. So I think they've done a really good job with how it looks, and I hope you guys like how I designed it. It will be staying like this for a very long time. Unless I get any new items or anything that I can change it up with, but for the most part it will be staying like this, and I'm very happy with her little spot in the glade, and I can't wait till we can hopefully get some stuff in the future to add to it. Let me know down below what videos you want to see next from me to do with the update, and I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!